Hey guys, my name is Anish, and I work with my friend Alambir, and today in this video you're going to learn how to assemble and disassemble a Dell Vostro 2520 laptop. So I hope you can get some knowledge out of this. Thank you for watching. So first, what you need to do is slide apart the sliders and take apart the battery. Then you need to unscrew all the screws on the back of the cover. Then you will see four small slots on the top of the keyboard. You need to push the slots, the buttons in the slot down and inward, so you will be able to lift up the keyboard, as demonstrated in the video below. After you push up the slot, just simply pull out the keyboard and lift it up. Don't forget to remove the tape that says up on it, so you're able to remove the rest of the compartment. Take out the RAM by pushing the ports located on the side of the RAM until it pops up, and then simply pull out the RAM. In this case, we have 8 GB RAM with two 4 GB RAM cards. Next, unscrew the screwings on the cover of the laptop, so you will gain access to the rest of the components. Then you simply pop up the cover by using a flathead screwdriver and pushing under it. You need to take out the SSD by removing the tape that's connected to its slot and then simply pulling out the SSD drive. In this case, we have 500 gigabytes of storage. Then you unscrew the screw present on the Wi-Fi card and then wait for it to pop up and then pull it out. Then you will see two wires, a white wire and a black wire. You simply pull them out, and then you will be able to take out the the Wi-Fi card, and you will be able to replace it easily. Now you need to take out the screws on the CPU if you want to replace the CPU. It's in the shape of a frying pan, and there are 4 screws, so it takes some time to unscrew them. So as demonstrated in the video below, and it is found relatively towards the center of the computer. Then you can lift up the CPU along with the fan, and the cover of the CPU along with the fan, and look at the CPU itself. The CPU has a melted liquid on top of it, as will be shown soon. A melted liquid, so it's nothing wrong with the CPU, just some adhesive. So don't worry about it. Then you take out the fan, and I used a air compressor to blow out the dust from the fan just to give it a quick clean. Then we're reassembling the computer now. I attach the SSD card back by putting in the tape and then slotting it into the slot it belongs in. I put in the RAM by just simply pushing it into the RAM slot. Remember not to touch the green part of the RAM, as it may damage the RAM, and touch only the outer edges, and push it in firmly so it goes all the way inside. Then we have the Wi-Fi card. You push it in firmly again, just like the RAM. Make sure it goes all the way inside. You might have some trouble putting the wire clippings back on, but eventually, after a few tries, it will work out. And then once you're done putting the wire clippings back on, you need to screw in the screw which you initially removed, so the Wi-Fi card is being able to be held in place. But you can't just use any ordinary screw as demonstrated. You need to use the smallest screw you have, which will be inside initially. So when you take it out, just keep it apart from the other screws, so you can just use the smallest one, and it's the easiest, and it's gonna fit inside the small hole. After that, give it a quick screw and make sure it's all the way towards at the ground, and it doesn't pop up. As I mentioned before, you have to use the smallest screw, otherwise it's not going to work, as the big screws do not fit in the slot. Now I'm giving it a quick screw. Now I'm putting the CPU's cover back on. You just push the fan where it belongs and make sure it's firmly inside. And then the tape next to the fan, there's a slot right next to the fan, so you connect the tape to the slot it belongs in. Now you just start screwing in all the screws in the CPU and make sure it doesn't pop out, or else it might be exposed to some dust, which might cause some damage. Now you put the keyboard cover back on, and connect the string a string that holds the keyboard cover down and gives it sensors. Now push the keyboard in firmly and make sure it's all the way inside, and then push it down to make sure it's not interfering with any of the parts. And then here you connect the tape again to the designated slot. Now you just screw in the screws you initially took out of the keyboard back into the holes where it belongs. You can find where to put these screws as there are holes with metal bearings inside, so you can just fit the screw right in there. And for these you can just use any screw, which belongs to the computer, of course. After you're done, connect the up tape to the slot it was initially in, and then now we start putting the keyboard back. You slide in the bottom first, and then you press the top so it's all the way inside, and all the keys can work properly. Now towards the end, all you need to do is screw all the screws you took out from the back into the slots where they belong to, and after that you just simply slide the battery in and you're done.